In this video right now, I'm gonna teach you how you can create huge audiences and actually get people sold on your product or service before you ever launch. So what I'm talking about is getting people ready to buy from you before they even know a launch is coming up. In fact, this process that I'm gonna teach you right now is how I became the #1 affiliate in James Wedmore's last launch of Business by Design with an extremely small following. So keep watching. Hey there, my name is Brandon Lucero, founder of soldwithvideo.com, and what I'm gonna teach you right now, in my opinion, was one of the most powerful strategies I used in James Wedmore's Business by Design launch to become the #1 affiliate. And to be honest with you, I don't think many people expected me to become the #1 affiliate, although I kind of knew I had a good shot at it because of the strategy I'm gonna teach you here. In fact, this strategy that I'm gonna teach you right here on this chalkboard behind me is the same strategy we've used to do huge launches, like launches that have brought in $230,000 in revenue and other launches that have gone into the 6-figure range. We use this strategy for every single launch that we do. Now, here's the big thing about this. It's kind of counterintuitive. So be prepared to listen to something that may go against the way that you think selling should happen. This may go against the way you think launching should happen, but I can tell you from firsthand, this is the way you get people sold on your product, sold on your service before you ever launch. Not only that, you're gonna be able to build up huge audiences before you launch. Now imagine being able to push out some kind of content, which we're gonna get to right here, and building these audiences of people consuming that content, getting them to almost subconsciously want your product. Well, not almost, it is subconsciously want your product before you ever launch, and then you get to remarket to that audience and bring them down your sales funnel. This is what I call the sold before selling strategy. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start right here. I'm gonna walk you through the exact process I used to become the #1 affiliate for James Wedmore's launch. Now, again, this is just one strategy of many that we used, but I'm gonna give you this one because in my opinion, this one was the most important. So what we did is we actually started 30 days or a month before James's launch ever happened. Again, this doesn't have to be for an affiliate launch. This could be your own launch. So always start 30 days before your launch. So what we ended up doing is we deployed the sold before selling method. What this did was create demand for a product. It helped us build up huge audiences that I can actually interact with and then allow me to send them down James Wedmore's sales process. Again, this can be our own sales process, but this was for an affiliate launch. So I sent them down James Wedmore's sales process. But the beautiful thing is, since I put in the work, I sold people on my offer before they ever went down the process. I got them onto a list that I controlled. And then as we open up, or James opened up the cart, and all the affiliates went after it, and all the affiliates put out their bonuses, and all the affiliates try to get people to buy through the link, they deployed their stuff. But guess what? I had done the work, I created the demand, I became the authority, and I sold people on my bonuses before we even went into the launch. So I'm gonna break down how we did that here, but that's basically the process. It's create audiences, create demand, send them down the sales process, and then when you make the offer, boom, they buy. So why don't we start here with the sold before selling method. Let me just go ahead and remove all of this. There's gonna be a lot of writing on the screen, so it could be a little overwhelming. So basically what we did is we created demand for our product. I basically looked at this and said, okay, James is launching Business by Design, which is going to teach people how to launch a product. So I said, what kind of bonuses can I offer that are going to be different than everybody else? Not better, but what are going to be different? Keyword there, different than everybody else. And what is that going to be so that I can sell them on those bonuses and my offer before we even go down that process. So basically what I did is I started the sold before selling method, where I actually went out and looked at, here's my offer, here are my bonuses, here's how my bonuses are going to be different, and then how do I sell people on those bonuses before? So I looked at this and said, you know what, James is going to be talking about how to launch a product. I'm gonna create bonuses on a pre-launch strategy, how to get people prepared to go into the launch, because it complements James's training, and it's different because I know that I can offer something that no one else can, which is all the video stuff. Like I have a team, I could do videos for people, I could offer video related stuff. So what I did is I spent $2,000 before James even went into his launch and I put out content on pre-launch strategies. I taught people how to use video, how to construct video, the psychology behind video, how do you build audiences with video. And I spent $2,000, and usually we spend more than that, but what I ended up doing is getting dirt cheap views, and those dirt cheap views turn into remarketing audiences. Facebook allows you to go and remarket to people that watch your video content. So I built up my own remarketing audiences before they ever did their Business by Design launch. Then what I did is I did a private training to those people. If they started to watch my video content, I then remarketed to them and said, hey, why don't you come in, opt into my email list, and I will put you into a private webinar training where I'm not gonna pitch anything. Again, I was being different because everyone nowadays offers webinars where they pitch people. So what did I do? Well, I just put them on a list, put them on a webinar where I didn't pitch a thing, and I told them I'm not gonna pitch them a thing because I knew I was in the long-term play here where I could get them to go through Business by Design's launch and funnel, and then I can make my offer at the end. So what I did is I built up a list of like 700 to 1,000 people that I knew wanted to launch products that were going to be sold on my pre-launch strategy, because guess what? All I did in this sold before selling was talk about my pre-launch strategy. I basically taught them the pre-launch strategy. I told them how to do it, why they need to do it. And most importantly, I created demand because I taught the consequences of not doing it. Now I can tell you guys right now that if you don't adapt a pre-launch strategy or use video in your advertising, your Facebook ads, you're gonna see a couple things. Number one, your Facebook ad cost is gonna start going up. There's so much demand for Facebook ads, more people are dropping money on it, and it's a supply and demand. There's very little supply, but more people are jumping on, which raises the cost. But not a lot of people are using video, and not a lot of people are using a pre-launch strategy. So using the strategy actually keeps your costs per lead down. And it's Facebook ads are gonna start going up so much that you may not even be able to afford Facebook ads and make it profitable anymore, depending on how good you are at marketing. So what did I do? I created demand for a pre-launch strategy, kind of like what I just did right now. And then I taught the consequences of what's gonna happen if they don't adapt to this, which again, I just did right now. And I taught a whole new perspective. I taught a whole new perspective on advertising because most people think run Facebook ads to a webinar, then make an offer. I'm saying, why don't you run content and video content to people, get them sold on your idea, because video views on Facebook right now are dirt cheap, like a penny. Why don't you build those audiences? Why don't you become the authority? Why don't you turn cold traffic into warm traffic and then only send the warm traffic down your funnel? So instead of just pushing as many people as you can down your funnel and hoping for the best, you're sending well-qualified people that are already sold on your offer that you're gonna make to them. So that's basically what I did. So just recap, I sold before selling. I spent $2,000, I ran people down, trained them on the pre-launch strategy, taught the consequences, built my own list, email list, and built my own remarketing list. And then I sent all of those people down James Wedmore's funnel. Now, for most people, when they go into launches and affiliate launches, this is where they start working, right? I didn't do that. I started working here, and then when the sales process went on and started going through this, and people started going through the sales process, I kind of sat back. I can tell you right now, as we went into launch, I didn't send the most opt-ins down this funnel. There were other people that sent way more leads down James's funnel than I did. There were some people that probably sent twice as many leads down this funnel as I did. But I knew I had remarketing an email list of 1,000 and a couple thousand people that were trained on what my bonuses were going to be. I knew my percentage of conversion was going to be a lot higher. So you know what I did? I actually traveled through Canada, mostly through James's whole entire launch. This was me while everyone else was working because I had done most of the work over here. In fact, when people asked about different plans they're going to be doing, this literally was the plan I showed everybody. I said, this is my plan for becoming the #1 affiliate for James's launch. So James did his launch. He did all of the stuff that they were supposed to do, the video series, the webinars, whatever. Then cart opened. So what I did was then looked at my offers and my bonuses, which I knew all of these people were already sold on, which all these people already saw the importance of, which all these people already wanted. Then I sent them down the sales funnel and they're like, great, we want this training, James's training to learn how to launch. And then boom, I make my affiliate offer to all of them and they want it because it complements the training and they've already been sold on it here. Sold before selling. So what ended up happening? Well, since I built my own list here, I had a big remarketing list of people that I know already saw my content, already knew who I was, already knew, liked, and trust me. And then I had 1,000 of them actually opt in for my private training. So I actually had my own private email list of people that I knew went through James's funnel and James's launch. And then I could email them privately about my bonuses. So not only that, I can also email them about getting on the phone with me, which was another huge strategy that we used, which we'll make another video on, doing phone calls over the phone. And we closed about 98% of the people that got on the phone with me. So imagine having about 1,000 people that are sold on your bonus. Then you send them an email to come book a phone call with you to see if they're a right fit, and you're able to close 99% of them. It's a lot of people. And so that's the process of what we were able to do. So when we got to the offer, we're able to market and sell our pre-launch strategy offer from here. And then we were able to remarket to all these people, and we're able to email out all these people, and we're able to call them and get them on the phone. So again, I did my work about 30 days before he went into his launch. I let the Wedmore team do their launch process. Then I stepped back in after I came back from my vacation, and I went in and deployed the rest of this. Phone calls, remarketing, just basically putting my offer in front of the people that I trained to want my offer. So that's basically what we did. Now, if you're just watching this video right now, what I want you to do, because we're gonna be releasing more content like this, is to either leave a comment, hit the thumbs up button, or hit the button over there. It's like 3 little things, and then you can hit save video and save this post, so that way you get targeted and remarketed when we release our next video, that we'll just place it in front of you. You don't need to opt in, you don't need to do anything. Just either like this video, leave a comment, or save this post, and we'll be sure to remarket to you and show you our second video when this comes out. Any questions, leave them underneath. Again, this is Brandon from Sold with Video, signing out. Bye.